Clint's dying?
It was a bad heart attack.
That's sick.
Maybe he's dying, maybe he's not.
Are you all right?
Yeah. I know Clint's my father, but he's Clint. He wouldn't care if I lived or died. How am I supposed to feel?
How should I know what happened to you?
Because your dad sent the guys who beat me up.
What?
Yeah, play dumb. But you know, your dad wanted revenge, so he sent 2 guys to come tear me apart.
Sounds like your dad, not mine.
Something is seriously hiding. Well, why would Todd be hiding anything in there? I don't know. Maybe we should open it up and find out.
Okay, Todd probably didn't want anyone to see that. We should probably respect that, or not.
You don't have to look.
Oh, my. Why is Todd hiding a picture of the way he used to look?
I had Manning alone, but I couldn't finish the job.
Why not?
Why didn't you say you were here in Landview?
You never gave me a chance.
Why are you here?
I think perhaps you need some help. This should have been over by now.
Yeah, well, it would have been. Wendy's hadn't interrupted me.
You have to tell the cops you found the syringe.
Why would we call the cops? The nurse didn't think it was a big deal. You guys are all over Uncle Tomas.
Nobody's saying he did anything.
Well, aren't you saying that?
Whoever tried to kill your dad might have come back to finish the job. What if they injected something that would kill him?
You okay?
Yeah, Liam's okay, too. It's my dad. He had a heart attack.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. Considering you hate him almost as much as you hate me.
I never hated him. I certainly didn't want something like this to happen.
I can't lose one more person in my life. I can't.
Marty, what are you getting at?
Natalie didn't have another man's baby. She had John's.
What is this?
Natalie's original paternity test. John McBain is the baby's father.
You told me the paternity test showed it was Brody Lovett. I thought that was the reason John left Natalie.
And I knew John would leave her if he thought the baby was Brody's. What was I supposed to do? Let Natalie and John live happily ever after?
I think we may be blending some incidents, Marty. You took a copy of Natalie's paternity test from the lab.
That's right.
You used it as leverage with Natalie. You said you tortured Natalie by threatening to tell John.
Correct.
You could only do that if the test said Brody Lovett was the father.
It did. Eventually.
Tell me what you did, Marty.
You may want to sit down. I lost. I lost! When Cole went to prison, I lost everything. I lost my son. I just lost the baby that I was supposed to have with John. And I lost John. I lost John to Natalie. And then Natalie, well, they get back together, and then I find out Natalie's pregnant. Natalie's back with John, and she's having the baby that I should have had with him. Her life was perfect. Oh, and gosh, I was so happy for them. Brody, Jessica. But see, then I could tell there was something up with Brody and Natalie, and I figured out that they'd slept together. And then I saw that Natalie had had a paternity test. I promise you, I was just curious at first. I went to the lab when it was closed, even though I ran into that little guy that works for Clint Buchanan. I found it, and I printed it out. There it was. Proof. Picture perfect. Baby was John's. Natalie had everything. Happy ending. She had my life. So my fingers were on the keyboard, and before I even realized it, opened the file, deleted, and replaced. And I was done. No going back.
You changed Natalie's lab results? You altered her medical records?
Yes.
So all this time you tormented Natalie with Brody being the baby's father?
It was a lie. Oh, gosh. That is such a relief to say that out loud.
I'm sure it is. And this next step may be hard, but I'm sure it'll be a relief too.
What's that?
Marty, you're a doctor. You had an obligation not only to your patients, but every patient in this hospital. You have to make this right. You have to tell John and Natalie the truth.
Okay. It's okay. Yeah. Sorry, why are you here?
Big Bang, I was about to call you.
What's up, big man?
Tell him.
Danny and I were visiting her dad, and we found a syringe on the floor.
But the nurse didn't think it was a big deal.
She said it wasn't the same kind that the hospital uses.
Todd's doctor is checking him out right now. So far, there are no signs that he's been injected.
You were on the door the whole time?
24/7. The only people in that room today were nurses, doctors, and approved visitors.
Anyone besides these two?
Tomas Delgado.
I don't know when I'll have Manning alone like that again.
Perhaps it's time someone else took the job.
Claude, we cannot involve anyone else.
I'm sorry now I encouraged you to follow a beautiful woman. I thought you would find romance. Instead, you stepped into something else altogether.
Forget it. I needed this. This whole business with Manning started with me. It should end with me.
And then what?
What do you mean?
Your sister was married to him. He is important to Mademoiselle Kramer. How will they feel about what you did to Todd?
This is bizarre. Look at this. Well, what do you think it is?
I don't know. A bunch of symbols and numbers.
Well, do you think it has something to do with Tomas?
Taya's brother?
Yeah. Taya said that Tomas had a file on Todd with a bunch of old pictures before his surgery.
Why?
She said he was just being protective, checking out her husband.
Well, that makes sense, doesn't it? What?
Well,
There's something else.
John seems to think that maybe Tomas had something to do with Todd's shooting.
What do you think?
I never asked my dad to fight my battles.
I didn't either.
Why don't you stop whining and man up?
I was serious. I didn't ask my dad
So
for anything.
what? You still made him do it.
How? What are you
You tried to
talking
jump
about?
off a roof.
Why would you think that?
Your dad told me.
That's it? Clint's a jerk, so you don't care that he could die?
No. Look, I feel bad for Natalie and Joey.
What about you? How do you feel?
Didn't we just do this for like an hour with the shrink?
We still have to do it ourselves. Whatever you're feeling, you shouldn't keep it bottled up.
I know, it's just... I'm numb right now. I don't feel anything.
Okay. How should we tell Shane about Clint?
Well, do you think we should tell him?
He'll hear it somewhere. It should be from us instead of the news.
How do you think he'll take it?
I don't know. Clint's his grandfather.
Yeah, but he barely knows Clint. And he just lost Charlie. I don't see why we should put him through this. I don't know how much more that kid can take.
John doesn't have any real evidence on Tomas.
That's not the question I asked. I asked what you thought.
I don't know. I don't know Tomas that well. I think he's sweet. He's very sensitive. He is very talented. Painter, piano player. He even got rid of those two thugs who tried to beat Jack up.
What?
I told you. That's why Jack is in the ER. Okay, so what's the glitch with Tomas?
It's the way that he was dealing with those thugs today. It's like he like knew what to do. I mean, it just really, I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay, so you're gonna stay away from him, right?
Actually, I have a date with him.
What, Blair? How else am I gonna figure out what Tomas is up to?
I can't let Taylor and Blair slow me down.
But I would hate to see you lose either one of them if they found out.
As a matter of fact, Detective McBain told them I was a suspect in the shooting. True.
What does he have?
Nothing. Found a euro at the crime scene. That could belong to anyone.
That's all? Then you are clear.
He knows someone was injured in the firefight. He thinks it's me.
Do we need to worry about this man?
Well, McBain's pretty sharp. Former FBI. But I covered my tracks. There's nothing for him to find.
Where's the syringe?
The nurse, she threw it in the disposal thing in the room. She wasn't worried about it, and I'm positive my Uncle Tomas has nothing to do with this.
But why was he in such a hurry to leave?
Because he wanted me to have alone time with my dad. You heard him.
Okay. Yeah. I gotta get forensics down here.
Hello? CSI Tech right here.
No.
Look, John, John.
Landview Hospital.
I am feeling useless. I need to work. Besides, the crime scene is already, it's already compromised. Just let me get in there. Sooner the better. Can you guys tell me exactly where you found the syringe?
Down here.
Sure.
Okay, here you go.
What?
If he gets fussy, just sing to him. It usually works.
Sing to him?
Yeah, I'll be quick. Let's go.
Wait.
Yeah, that's what I thought you'd say.
It's the ethical thing to do, and it's the truth. It's the only thing you can live with.
Do you know I actually went to see Natalie when I was released from St. Anne's? I was planning on telling her. I kept trying.
What stopped you?
She did. She and Brody were there together. I think they kept acting like I was a monster. Oh my gosh, keep her away from the child. Don't hurt the baby. Call the cops. Call the hospital. I wasn't a danger to anyone. That they could think I would actually hurt a baby? Anyway, they weren't going to listen to what I had to say about what happened, so I decided to tell John. But when I saw him, I just couldn't do it.
I understand. This is a real challenge. But we'll find a way. We'll structure the right situation where you'll be able to explain.
It's not going to be a right situation. I'm fine. Fine with it.
What does that mean?
I can live with what I've done, and so can John and Natalie. John will never know that Liam is his son.
Hey, kid.